Welcome to The Explainer. You ever check your credit score and just get that sinking feeling when you see it's dropped? Well, today, we're not just cracking the code behind that number, we're giving you the keys to actually control it.
Okay, so let's jump right in with a real story. This is literally what just happened to me. I logged in and saw my score had dropped 25 points, seemingly out of nowhere. Turns out it was all because of one super common mistake that I'm going to break down for you.
Yep, that was the number staring back at me from my credit report. And yeah, it was frustrating. But honestly, it's the perfect opportunity to dig into exactly why this happens and how you can avoid it or, fix it fast.
To solve the mystery of that minus 25, we got to look under the hood. You see, every credit score, doesn't matter if it's FICO or Vantage Score, those are the two big ones, is basically just a recipe with 5 key ingredients. Once you master these, you are in the driver's seat.
And this chart lays it all out for us. You can see right away that 2 of these factors have a massive impact. Payment history, that's the big one, at a huge 35%. And right behind it is amounts owed at 30%. Get these 2 right, and you've already won like 65% of the battle. All right, so let's really zero in on those 2 heavy hitters. Nailing these is the absolute fastest way to get a stellar score, and, well, messing them up is the quickest way to see it all come tumbling down. First up, the single most critical mistake. Missing a payment. It's the biggest piece of the pie at 35%. And get this, just one reported late payment can literally tank your score by over 100 points. This is rule number 1 of good credit, no question.
So here's the key thing to remember. Lenders usually give you a 30-day grace period before they report you as late. But you don't want to get anywhere near that. And look, paying the minimum is, well, the bare minimum. The real power move is paying your full statement balance. That saves you from crazy interest charges, and it just screams to lenders that you're low risk. A perfect 100% on-time payment history, that's the goal.
Okay, on to the second biggest mistake, which makes up 30% of your score. This one's all about amounts owed. And yeah, this is exactly where my 25-point drop came from. It's a little more nuanced, but it's just as important to get your head around.
And it all boils down to this one powerful concept. Credit utilization. It sounds kind of technical, right? But it's super simple. It's just the percentage of your available credit that you're actually using at any one time. The math is really straightforward. You just take your credit card's statement balance and divide it by that card's total credit limit. Boom, that's your utilization percentage. Now, most experts will tell you to keep it below 30%, but honestly, for the best scores, you really want to keep it under 10%. So here's exactly what happened to me. I got added as an authorized user on a new card. We used it to book a trip, and the statement balance came in at just over $1,600. On a $20,000 limit, that's an 8.2% utilization. Now, that's still under 10%, but it was way higher than my usual 1 or 2%, and the scoring algorithm noticed that change immediately and bam, dinged my score by 25 points. But here's the really cool part about all this, and it's some seriously good news. Credit utilization has no memory. So unlike a late payment which can stick to your report for years, a high utilization rate only matters for that specific month. By paying that balance down before the next statement closes, my score should bounce right back up. It is, by far, the quickest factor to fix. Okay, so let's round out the picture with the other 3 factors. You can think of these as the long game. These are the habits that build a rock-solid credit foundation over time. So next up is your length of credit history, which is 15% of your score. This isn't just about how long you've had credit, it's also about the average age of all your accounts. And as this example shows, closing your oldest account can seriously drag that average down, and that can hurt your score. That's why the best advice you'll ever get is to make your first card a no annual fee card and just keep it open forever. It becomes the anchor for your entire credit history. And finally, we've got the last 20%. So credit mix, that's 10%, is all about showing some diversity. Lenders want to see that you can handle different kinds of debt. A credit card, maybe a car loan, things like that. And new credit, also 10%, just keeps track of how often you're applying for stuff. Each application creates what's called a hard inquiry, and that can cause a small temporary dip in your score.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground. How do we turn all this knowledge into a simple plan you can actually start using today? Well, it really just boils down to 3 simple rules to live by. Here's the game plan. Number 1, be patient. Slow and steady really does win the race here. Try to apply for new credit only once every 3 to 6 months. Number 2, never miss a payment.
I mean never. Use technology. Set up autopay, set reminders on your phone, whatever it takes. And number 3, actively manage your balances. Don't just wait for the bill to show up. Check your cards a few times a month and pay them down before the statement closes. That's how you keep your utilization percentage super low.
At the end of the day, your credit score isn't some grade you get in school that defines you. It's a tool. And just like any tool, once you understand how it works, you can use it to build the financial life you actually want. The power is